You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends, on a Friday, what is going down? Hey, if you are listening on radio and old school, you get in your car, you turn on your radio, there we are on 1090. Happy to have everybody along. Those of you who are our YouTube great friends who are with us every day, shout out to all the YouTubers, everybody who's in the YouTube chat. I know it gets to Friday, man, and people got things going on in their lives, but for those of you that are loyal to us, man, and you're there every week, we're happy to be here with you. Beer Friday coming up a little bit later on, and our Beer Friday brewery today is Oggis. So along with mi hermano numero uno grande Alejandro in La Padilla.
In La Padilla.
Casa. That's right.
Whoa.
Yo, this weather, I don't know if you guys know, I busted out a winter sweater. It's so cold.
I know.
I put it away because I thought we were heading towards the spring. I had to bust it out of a box last night.
Hey, you're looking sharp, man. You're looking good.
My old man winter sweater.
Looks sharp, man. And bringing the street cred from the 7 Mile Casino podcast shed, Big Brown in the house.
Shout out bandwagon people who jumped off. Welcome back.
Yeah, it was a good win for the Padres last night. I'm going to talk about that here in just 1 second. But before I do, I want to show you something. See this right here? See this?
Your arm?
No.
No.
See your
Still,
arm.
no.
Can't
no,
see my Band-Aid? Can't see my
No.
Band-Aid?
Showing off the guns?
No, there are no guns to show off. Let me
Fourth
tell
day
you
of the
something.
diet?
You know, listen, second vaccination today. I got the second vaccination. I'll just say this, so far, so good. I haven't had any problems yet. I'm hoping I don't have any problems. I got a lot of great friends that were sending me messages, emails, whatever, telling me exactly what to do, when to take ibuprofen, before, after, hydration, etc. Early in the game, I can say, so far, so good. And let me just send a shout out to all the volunteers who are working at all of these different vaccination sites. But the one that I've used both times is the Del Mar Fairgrounds. They told me today that they were going to deliver 5,000 vaccinations. I had heard earlier in the week that they had received so many vaccinations that that's why the traffic was so crazy. Let me tell you, dude, you pull in, they whip you all around. I mean, it must have taken like 5 miles the way they whip you through the whole place until you finally get to the front. But all told, from the time I pulled in till the time I pulled out, a very, very efficient 45 minutes. Seriously, to never leave your car. Very good. Grande, you got the video here? Oh, here we go. This is me in the car. I wanted it in my left arm. This was this very nice doctor who was delivering these shots.
Telling you to loosen your arm. Very nice of her.
She did. She told me to lean it on my knee.
That's a tough truck to the next of you, man. Whoa.
I know that is a nice looking
That's
truck.
a really nice truck.
All right, here she is. Here's this doctor, this nice dermatologist who is volunteering to give vaccination shots.
I like that she puts the Band-Aid on first. This way she knows where to prick, you know?
That's exactly what she did. She put the Band-Aid on first so that it was prepared. And there, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.
Pfizer gang, stand up.
Yeah, Pfizer.
Did you nervous talk your way through this one too, like you did the first one?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was me earlier today. I just came home, got into the studio, and here we are. So for those of you that are with us on radio, for those of you that are with us tonight on television, on Cox Channel 4, by the way, real quick side story. Cox Channel 4, San Diego, Santa Barbara, 118 Orange County, Palos Verdes. Come out of my house today, right? And next door, this guy who bought this house, they got a whole bunch of people over there working. And the guy who must be the foreman on the job or something sees me getting ready to go to the vaccination. I stop. I go, hey, how you guys doing? And the guy goes, yo, man, how you doing? I go, good. How are you? He goes, hey, how was Mexico this past weekend? I'm like, good. He goes, I can't believe that story about, the Tijuana thing and the airport and the whole deal and missing the flight. I'm like, oh, he goes, yeah, I was watching the show. What? The Channel 4 show, which I didn't expect anybody to ever see. Okay. I can't believe how people are seeing this show. And what people tell me is it's because when I turn on my TV, it starts at Channel 2. So when I go 3, 4, 5, I just stop and I see it. I'm like, yeah, but the Lakers are playing the Mavericks and Anthony Davis is back on the floor and the Dodgers are playing the Padres. Are you serious? It works. What can I say? It works, man. So,
And
all right.
He knows where you live.
Yeah, right. I know it's true. All right. Fully vaccinated, feeling fine. But Browner, you said people jumping off and jumping on the bandwagon. Listen, I got to say right now, What happened on Thursday night was amazing because for the Padres to have come limping into LA, having lost the series against the Dodgers last week, having lost 3 straight against the Brewers at home, and to be hearing about everybody who's not healthy, to go into Dodger Stadium and win that game when you've got a 2-0 lead, you give up 2 solo home runs to have the game tied, and the Dodgers have the bases loaded when you have a 3-2 lead, and you strike them out and they sit down and you win that game on one of the most spectacular double plays that Tatis pulls off. It was a great night. And the Padres, it could have gone from, oh, they're in trouble to, wait, they're back. Great pitching performance from Weathers. It was a big win. I mean, it was a really, really big win.
This is what happened in the first series. They were a couple plays away from winning every single one of those games, especially the second game that went into overtime,
Extra
innings,
Overtime.
and they had the bases loaded. Like this, I am again proud of this team because they found a way to outmaneuver the manager's mistakes. And to me, that shows that this team is ready to take this thing on a run. Because again, I think this is the launch point. The way that they did that last night, this is the launch point. I think they're going to take. I said if they break even, it's great. I'm looking at 3 games. Looking at 3 games now.
I think it just goes to show what happens when you capitalize on the opportunities that you have. Let me read some stats to you guys real quick. Last 10 games, Dodgers 7-3, Padres 3-7. Batting average, the Dodgers 198, the Padres 201. Not that great, but here's the difference.
Statistics.
The Dodgers outscored their opponents by 17 runs, while the Padres have been outscored by 16 runs. And that's all about capitalization when you have guys on base. And last night, when the Padres had, after the Dodgers tied it 2-2, they had runners on second and third. I believe it might have been bases loaded. But either way, they scored. They capitalized when they needed to. And when the Dodgers had bases loaded, the Padres got out of it and the Dodgers couldn't. And that's been the story of the year so far for the Padres, leaving guys on base and not bringing them in. They have the most runners left on base all season. Another stat for you. And that's really what it comes down to. So if you can capitalize, the Padres are getting guys on base. We've seen it over and over and over. And that's what's added to the frustration of the season so far, is that we are seeing guys on base and them not coming around and scoring. So last night, Grisham hit the home run, and then you brought in a guy when it mattered. That is the difference between winning 100 games and winning 90 games, capitalizing.
But if you look down the left on base that this Padres lead, the Dodgers aren't that far down. And the thing is, when you have good hitters, you get on base. And getting those guys across the plate is just a matter of time. And last night, Tatis came through first and third after just giving up 2 solo shots and then a single. He found a way to get that run in, and that's what they were not doing.
Well, he hit into a double play, is what he did.
Right.
He hit into a double play,
right?
But the run scored. But the run scored. Right. He hit into a double play, but the run scored. So that's where the Padres took a 3-2 lead in the top of the 8th. But in the bottom of the 8th, down 3-2.
The play of the season.
Yeah, so far the play of the season. The Dodgers have the bases loaded, and they've got up a guy who had just hit a home run in the maybe inning before. Yeah, in the 7th inning, as a matter of fact. So here it is, bottom of the 8th, and the Padres are in a huge, huge jam. And Tatis, who had come up with the RBI, to your point, now comes up with the defensive play, I'm telling you, of the season so far. Alex, play it for everybody who's watching, and we'll describe everybody who's listening.
There's a little play-by-play on here.
Okay, go ahead and play it.
And this is to second, eats up Cronenworth to second for 1, on to first. They got him. Nicely done.
This is an incredible play.
Listen, I know Tatis is getting the credit for the cannon arm and for the great stretch and for tagging second. But I'm telling you, it all starts with Cronenworth. Cronenworth has to make a spectacular play to stop a bullet, but he doesn't catch it clean, and it takes a couple of bounces, but it happens to bounce up perfectly into his bare hand, where he makes an absolutely perfect toss to Tatis, who somehow is able to swipe his right foot on second base while moving to his left and throwing with his right arm, and a total cannon shot. And then give some credit over at first base too. Why not? I mean, great stretch. And then take some credit from a very slow runner, but seriously, seriously, what an amazing play.
I think
I like when how the runner saw the ball get knocked down and then started to try to run faster, and it made no difference. It made no difference.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives you could take away from yesterday. I already talked about capitalizing when you have guys on base, but I mean, Ryan Weathers, that's something that you can now look forward to. I think he's pretty much locked in that 5th spot, 4th spot, whatever. And then, I mean, listen, it's not a positive, but, you know, it is funny to talk about Tingler being fired in April already. You know, everybody was on Browner's team last night when he took Weathers out in that 6th inning. 5 2/3, 1 hit given up, and he pulls the kid because he's at, I think it was 87, 88 pitches, and he's like, all right, time to go. That was pretty funny to see. I didn't see one person defend that move last night. Not one person.
Because he looked so strong in doing it. It wasn't like, oh, he had started to lose velocity or the bases were starting to get packed per inning. No, the dude was like a locomotive, man. And then you just take the guy out. And then the guy you bring in, home run. And it's like, no, what are you doing? And so it was an up and down.
Well, no,
match,
it was he brought in Adams
the
who
following
walked 2 guys, and then he got out of it, which was nice. But I would have been 100% fine if he would have pulled Weathers after getting that final out in the 6th.
Yeah,
totally fine.
Yeah.
But
completely different.
But pulling him right there in that moment, I didn't find it to be. I guess, listen, we yelled about it in the World Series, right? When they took out Snell, you're like, what are you doing? Sometimes you just got to throw stats and pitch counts out of the way.
Yeah, but in his case, he's not allowed because they don't allow him to manage by gut. They force him to manage by numbers, and so that's what you get. You know, by the way, when Pagan gives up these home runs, dude.
Oh man.
Like there's this movie that I saw when I was younger, and it's I don't know why, but it has always stuck with me. Do you guys know? No, not that one. Not that one.
What?
Why did you just pull that one out?
The Matrix?
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
I guess so.
It's
no, but
Browner.
it was Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks in Dragnet, which was like a movie in probably the 80s that was a takeoff of like a show from the 60s, right? But Dan Aykroyd is Dragnet and Tom Hanks is like his sidekick cop, right? He's kind of the goofy cop. But there were these people that were having these sacrificial parties, and they were the pagans. And pagans, Pagan, is exactly how this pitcher's last name is spelled. I think they call him Pagan, but
Pagan.
Pagan is the word. And do you guys know what pagan means? You know what pagan stands for? Because I put it out from a YouTube clip last night. Yeah.
No.
Pagans. Browner, you know what a pagan means?
No.
Pagans are people against goodness and normalcy. That's who they are. They're peoples against goodness and normalcy. Right. So I was like, get this pagan out. Get him out of this game.
Oh my!
I just thought pagans. I thought it was a Vikings term. You know, you watch that show Vikings, and everybody's a Catholic or a Christian. The Romans, the Italians, the French, and the Vikings are pagans. Oh, that's what I thought.
Are they people against goodness or normalcy?
They're people against the main world's religion.
Got it.
I clicked the link. I knew he wasn't talking about the religious pagan. I knew he was talking about this thing from the movie.
I got to give you props, Scott. I'm surprised it wasn't a Fetch, reference. That's really like your only movie that you ever referenced.
What are you talking about, Fetch?
That movie that you're always talking about.
What movie is Fetch?
Is Fetch? That one movie
where you go get stuff, like somebody throws something and you fetch it, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Clueless?
You mean Fletch?
There you go.
Not Fetch.
There you go. Fletch. There you go.
You know,
I thought you were talking about Clueless.
You're always referencing that movie. It's the only movie you reference.
It's not the only movie I reference. It's a movie I love, Fletch. Okay, and by the way, you as a Laker fan should love Fletch because why? Because that's the whole storyline, that he's a huge Laker fan and he dreams of being Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but he's a reporter and he's doing an underground story about bad guys in LA. Fletch is for you, Alex.
Okay.
By the way, what do you mean? Chevy Chase, man.
Chevy Chase, man.
The Underhills.
I know who he is at least.
Okay, all right.
Browner over here saying who he.
Well, I'll soon catch up to you guys because I started watching a Marvel movie last night for the first
time. Whoa! Which one?
I'm trying to go in order based on what I found on the internet. So the first one I'm watching is Captain America, like the one
First Soldier
from 2011, Yeah, First Avenger, right.
That's funny. I hated that one.
Oh, really? So
Actually,
far, I like it.
on a rewatch, JB, it's actually really good.
Dude,
Wanna read better?
I'm
Yeah.
like an hour of 2 hours in, you know,
Nice.
or something like that. Yeah. So, and I decided I can watch a movie. I don't have to watch it in one sitting. I can
That's a
now,
very smart thing to do, man.
I'm taking it in like 30, 40-minute clips.
And Disney
So,
Plus, you just, you hit resume. You just keep
dude,
going.
it's amazing. I'm Disney Plusing from my phone to my smart TV. I can't even believe it.
Welcome to 2017, man.
Dude, 2017. Hey, based on the movie, dude, welcome to 2011.
Yeah.
For real, dude.
God.
Me and my fiance is actually, she's seen some of them, but we're doing the same thing. We're on Iron Man 3. That's our next movie.
Yeah. So hey, anyway, where were we? We were on the Padres and we were on the Dodgers. Hey, Alex, you played the double play.
Yes.
And you played it from the Padre broadcast. But did you
Yes.
have the Spanish version?
No.
What did you have?
I have the Russian version.
Oh, you had the Russian version. I knew there was another language that we had. I wanted to hear. Why Russian?
There's a follower that I think sports fans should follow. His name's at Bubba Prague. He used to work for Deadspin. He used to be their video editor at Deadspin. This guy, like literally, if there's an event, he has every angle, every network across the world. He records them. So if a big play happens, he's always the guy that's like, here's the radio call, here's the TV call, here's the home call. And for whatever reason, he has this fascination with like the Russian ESPN. So he records things.
Wait,
And
I didn't even know this. I had no idea there were Major League Baseball broadcasts in Russian in Russia. Like I didn't know. I just thought that that if you were in Russia and you wanted Major League Baseball, you'd find it on a satellite somewhere or a stream.
And watch
somewhere.
the American version.
That's what I would think.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know that Russians care about Major League Baseball.
Well, here's what it sounded like last night.
Антополос, который в Брейвс, и Фанхан Зайди.
О, какая ловля! Кроненворт! И вторая база, первая! Даблплей!
Даблплей!
Не может быть! Какой супер розыгрыш от Кроненворта! Он вытащил что-то адское на второй базе. Ему чуть голову не снесло этим ударом.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
By the way, I have no idea if I cut it off mid-sentence or not, but there you go. Double play in Russian is double play.
Double play.
Double play.
Double play. Yeah.
Cronenworth double play. And the inside joke with him, with this follower, I genuinely cannot stress, if you're on Twitter and you like sports, follow this guy.
Yeah.
The Russians don't get excited about anything. So when they do, he finds it hilarious. Like, oh, look, Russians actually got excited. Like, there'll be this crazy play in the Super Bowl, and they'll be like, Dobre touchdown. You know?
Tom Brady, touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's funny. That's very funny. Hey, looking around at a couple other things I want to get to. Have you guys seen that Caitlyn Jenner is now like really planning on running for governor?
Yeah.
Running where? Running
Like,
back to being a man?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Former reality star and Olympic gold medal winning decathlete Caitlyn Jenner. Now, hold on. Does that make sense at all or not? Former reality star, not really, because wasn't Bruce Jenner the reality star? And Olympic gold medal winner, because aren't they different people now?
No,
I mean,
same person.
I mean, that's what I'm confused.
Oh, really?
I'm confused because I thought they were supposed to be treated different.
No,
Am I wrong about
treated
that?
the same.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I hadn't really thought about it until I read it like that. That Bruce.
That's funny, though. Like, can you read the bio real quick?
Yeah. Former reality star and Olympic gold medal winning decathlete Caitlyn Jenner.
That's crazy.
Announced Friday she has filed paperwork to run for governor in California. And I didn't realize that Caitlyn got to use Bruce's resume.
Accolades.
But I guess it makes sense now. Anyway, this is new for me. So
My only thing I found fascinating was the fact that the first line in her bio is not the decathlete stuff that she's actually really known for. It's reality star.
I don't think
right.
that she should be able to use anything that Bruce did.
Well,
I think that's a
tough.
characterization.
She got the same heart and the same brain, pal.
Yeah, same person.
May have a different
parts.
plumbing system, you know.
But that
Be
ain't
a little more tolerant.
But that ain't what they talking about, though. That ain't why that person is now popular. Bruce was not the reality star. So why you gonna add the Olympic?
Bruce was the reality star.
I think she stopped doing the show.
Where? Bruce was the
Kardashians.
Right. He was one of the stars of the show.
Bruh, did y'all watch the show? Because I did. He wasn't no star.
Oh,
he wasn't. He was an extra.
Well,
he
that's
was an
true.
extra on that show.
Come on, dude. Bruce Jenner today is known to younger people as Bruce Jenner from Keeping Up with the Kardashians rather than Bruce Jenner, the Olympic hero.
Let me bring it back home.
Yeah.
She gets more votes than Kevin Faulkner.
Oh, dude,
easy.
for
Easy.
sure.
If I had to vote between the two, I'm voting for her.
Right. I mean, listen, they're both Republican candidates.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so if you said to me, who would you rather have as governor, Caitlyn Jenner or former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer? It's not even close. She'll kick his ass.
And he ain't even getting off a bus yet. Or she or whatever.
She didn't have a photo op yet, but I'm sure she'll have many, many photo ops.
I say go, girl. I say do your thing, girlfriend. I say win that governorship.
I've heard her political ideas and points.
Yeah.
She's in trouble too.
Well, I mean, I don't know anything about what she stands for. Okay. I just know it's Caitlyn Jenner, and that's the same thing I knew about Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's
this is exactly
thing I knew about
California,
Trump.
man.
Right. Like, I mean, this is what I know about these people. Reality TV. Come on, man. Give me a break. All right, listen, coming up, it is Beer Friday. And on Beer Friday, some old friends return to the show. Oggis. Well, you're going to meet them. The folks from the Oggis Brewery. I don't know how we got to this, but I'll just give credit to the Godfather. Oggis on Beer Friday next.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Arash Markazi here, inviting you to catch my show, The Arash Markazi Show, on the mightier 1090. We are on every Monday through Friday from noon to 1 p.m. Pacific time. Join me and producer extraordinaire G. Wiley, where we chop up Los Angeles sports and try not to piss too many people off.
The all-new and mightier 1090. Hit it out of the park all month long at BMW San Diego. A new 2021 BMW 430 iQOO waiting for you today. When you lease for only $479 per month plus tax. BMW San Diego, Kearny Mesa Road in the 163 and BMWSanDiego.com.
I've been a part of this community for a long time, and giving back is what we do. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. Grand prize is this $4 million luxury home, or you could win a car, vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a prize. And you'll feel good knowing your raffle purchase goes to help families like the Lechugas. Get your tickets now for the San Diego Giving Back Raffle.
Don't worry, Gracie. The curtain only goes up when everyone has a part to play. Whoa, okay, I gotcha. Uh-oh, whoa, watch out for those audio cables. I'm gonna be sick. To the left! I am not going out there without Gracie.
Neither am I.
A little help? No pressure.
Hit it out of the park all month long at BMW San Diego. A new 2021 BMW 430 iQOO waiting for you today. When you lease for only $479 per month plus tax. BMW San Diego, Kearny Mesa Road in the 163 and BMWSanDiego.com.
City in Motion is brought to you by McDonald's. Stop by your local participating McDonald's now through April 25th and make a donation, or visit walkforkids.org to support.
Hi, I'm Vince Bryson, CEO of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Southern California. Welcome to the 2020 Virtual Walk for Kids.
A little coronavirus pandemic will not stop our show, because we are still going to walk for these kids.
You guys want to do the Walk for Kids virtually this year?
Yeah! Today is Walk for Kids, you guys, virtually, so we love it, love it, love it.
Let's get this walk started.
We are going to start, so I'm going to be walking around my backyard.
Doing the 5K walk.
We're here in front of the beautiful Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
So we are getting ready to do lap 3.
We're here to send our support.
I love the excitement. I love the energy. Let's keep it going.
If you want to know the reason why I'm walking,
It's because I care about the kids and the families that stay at our house.
I walk for the Los Angeles Ronald McDonald House for kids like me, so they can have a place to call their home away from home.
To me, the Ronald McDonald House means love, care, hope, and support.
The families and children of RMHC need our help and support now more than ever. So thank you for joining our virtual walk and continuing to support our Ronald McDonald House even during these difficult times.
Thank you so much for coming together, for showing that we can unite and be together even though we're not at our respective locations.
Thank you for participating in this virtual walk.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for all your help and support, and stay well.
Ronald McDonald House Charities of SoCal gives families with sick kids the best medicine, each other. Stop by your local McDonald's today and make a donation or visit walkforkids.org to support. City in Motion, highlighting great things in our community like Ronald McDonald House Charities. Give families with sick kids the best medicine, each other.
Pete Gray here, inviting you to catch my show, Let's Talk Hookup, every Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Time. For over 30 years, we've been the voice of the fishing community for Southern California, and so glad to be back on the big stick.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
We have a term for typical cheese-filled, grease-covered, regret-inducing takeout. That's why dinner from El Pollo Loco is always fire-grilled, freshly prepared, feel-good food. The $20 Familia Dinner from El Pollo Loco.
Are you living in an underserved community and facing adversity? Do you have a desire to start or grow your own business? San Diego State University's Lab and Entrepreneurship Center, the Center for Leadership and Entrepreneurial Studies, and community partners invite you to participate in our Community Bootcamp. The bootcamp provides intense, hands-on exposure to the fundamentals of launching and growing a successful venture. Register today at leadershipcentersw.org.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Only at Stanton Optical can you get same-day eye exams that test your vision and eye health for under $50. Stop by or call us at 1-800-STANTON. Eye exams are provided by independent eye care doctors.
Adios, love handles.
Adios, couch.
Adios, Quarantine 15.
Say adios to the quarantine bod with Pollo Fit Bowls, made with fire-grilled chicken and organic super greens from El Pollo Loco.
Kaplan and Crew tonight presents Sports in a Minute.
It's Friday. In addition to the Padres-Dodgers series, there are plenty of great sports to catch all weekend long. UC Santa Barbara and UC San Diego men's volleyball are in Honolulu for the Big West Championship. The number 2 seeded Gauchos had a bye for the first round and will be taking on number 3 seeded Long Beach State tonight in the semifinals. The Tritons got the win in the quarterfinals on Thursday night to advance to the semis. They will be taking on Hawaii tonight. Also ahead this weekend is the start of a new rivalry in Major League Rugby. The San Diego Legion will be taking on the LA Giltinis on Saturday at the LA Coliseum. Yes, you heard that right, the Giltinis. How cool of a name is that? LA was awarded the franchise in May of 2020 by Major League Rugby, so this is the start of what could be a truly great rivalry. The match will also be the first match in California that fans for both teams will be allowed to attend. I'm Ailey Stasiak, that's your Sports in a Minute. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at YourView.com. Doing More is brought to you in part by the San Diego Food Bank.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Okay, great friends, it is a Friday afternoon, and it is time for Beer Friday, presented by our great friends at Torrey Holistics. Don't forget, when you go to Torrey Holistics, you save 20% by using our promo code Heavy Hitters. That's our promo code this week, Heavy Hitters. And if you just use their online because you're looking for delivery, you put in Heavy Hitters into the promo code section, you're saving 20% when you spend $75 or more. So Beer Friday, presented by Torrey Holistics, like two of our favorite things, all wrapped up into one. It's beautiful. All right, Browner and Grande, I got to say that our Beer Friday is very interesting because the two folks who are about to join us, I've known them in some form or fashion for probably the better part of the last 20 years because when I first got to San Diego, Oggis Pizza, which, by the way, back then there was another name. I'll figure it out here in a second. But Oggis Pizza, they were part of the early growth, like Extra Sports 690 old days. They were growing, and as the radio station and sports radio was growing, and it ultimately, Oggis, what I think of Oggis is it's like your neighborhood place to be. Like we would get done with Little League games and right to Oggis, high school football games, right to Oggis. I mean, that's what it was. And so George and Estella, who will join us in a minute, I've known these folks for a really long time. Grande, how did we get connected to the Oggis folks for Beer Friday?
Yeah, well, we found out that you knew Estella a long time ago because the reason that we got connected is because we had Tommy on from Left Coast Brewing when I drove up to San Clemente to go pick up the beers. And he told us that it was kind of a family business with Oggis. And then you brought up the name Estella. And on your cell phone, you had your last text with her was like what, 2017
something,
and you still have it on your phone.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. So George Hadgis is the president. He's the founder of Oggis Sports Brew House and Pizza, and Estella Ferrara is his daughter, and she's the vice president of Oggis. And like I said, I've known these folks for a really long time. Estella and George, great to see you both. Estella, where are you today?
Good morning. Well, I'm in Carlsbad at my house. And as you can see, I'm outside. So hopefully it doesn't rain on me and we don't have any gardeners coming by. You hear that in the background.
Yeah. And George, where do we find you today?
Oh, we're in Southern Orange County in San Clemente.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's so good to see you guys. I mean, I don't know how before we get into this, do you guys think I have it right? Like when I first came to San Diego in 2001 to be on 690, to me, Oggis, and I think there was another name, Oggis was a growing, emerging brand as sports radio was really exploding. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Oh, that's exactly what happened. Actually, we started back in 1991. But when we started as Stuffed Pizza. So do you remember that name?
I do.
Yeah, and we became Stuffed Pizza and Brewing Company when we brought that first brewery over from Hungary. And I remember when we were importing the equipment in, it got stuck in customs because they thought they were ICBMs, these giant tanks, obviously very little sensitivity to that industry at that time. So, and then I guess right around 2000 is when we broke apart from the Stuffed Pizza chain, and we became Oggis.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I remember back then, Steve Hartman, Philly Billy Warndell in particular were big spokespeople for the brand. And I would say over the years, I can't imagine how many countless broadcasts I had done just from Oggis restaurants, because you guys were so intertwined with the radio station back then. It's crazy.
Yeah. It was also Steve and Chet. You remember Chet Forte?
Yeah. Even before. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You guys go way back. So, Is beer the business? Is pizza the business? Is it restaurants? Is it canning and selling and distributing beer? And has things changed like that?
Well, why don't I answer that one? So we are very much a restaurant focused, sports themed brewery. So I don't want to say that we're all of those things, but in a little bit that we are. We focus on our pizza. Our pizza is what's made us famous, and our beer put together. And our beer comes from San Clemente, so it's really fresh. We self-distribute to all of our restaurants. Sometimes it's kegged off and delivered within 24 hours of it being kegged. So when you do go to Oggis, you get very fresh beer. Our focus is really on all the three pillars of our business, and it's the pizza, the sports, and the beer.
Right, Estella.
So
wow,
when you guys are running a family business like that, as Pop's in charge, and then you start letting the kids start running things, how much talk back do you take now, Pops?
Oh boy, do I! Especially when we're trying new menu items. They go, no, only one bite, only one bite.
Yeah, I regulate. No, it's so much easier these days with Zoom because I usually manage a Zoom and I can just mute people.
Oh, we can't hear you. What'd you say?
So this is cool. How many Oggis are there now?
We have 15.
Wow. And how long has it taken to grow from 1 to 15?
Well, we've been around for 30 years. So right now we're celebrating our 30th anniversary, which is pretty cool. Just like my dad said, we opened in 1991 in the Carmel Valley location. That was our first one.
That was the one I used. Yeah, that's the one my kids grew up in. Yeah.
It's probably the most famous. I mean, it's been around for the longest, and it's just a spectacular restaurant. And we started 30 years ago, and at the beginning, it was just us because we were part of another franchise. And then people started coming to us and saying, hey, this is really cool. How do I get me one of those? And we started the franchising business, and we slowly grew over the years. Maybe when we had about 7 restaurants is when we started all the partnerships with the Chargers, the Padres. Do you remember we were the official pizza of the Chargers, the official pizza of the Padres, the official pizza of the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club, and we had our product, our pizza, in all the stadiums.
Yeah, well, not only do I remember it, but, listen, Estella, at one point, you guys had some really, really famous commercials, TV commercials with LaDainian Tomlinson in them,
I must say LT and I are buds. My son is very lucky. He knows who LT is because we've explained it to him, but that helmet with LT's signature that I got him sitting in his room, he doesn't quite know the value of it.
Yeah, I know. And
he's a great guy.
Isn't that kind of a weird thing too? Like when you think back to the history of this restaurant chain, Oggis, and this beer, and the old Extra Sport 690, and then when it transitioned into 1090, and then the relationship in the TV commercials with LT, and then the Chargers moving. I mean, just in general, just life in general, how many things have changed. Even this year, the fact that Ted Leitner is not calling Padres games, and we've seen a no-hitter, and the Padres are a real contender, at least after last night, Browner. It just so much has changed, guys.
Yeah, so much has changed. And the cool thing about being around for so many years and being so entwined, especially in the San Diego community, I feel like our brand, the Oggis brand, has really come along the whole way. 690, then to 1090, then with LT, with the Chargers, the Padres, with everything. What about Philly Billy's songs? As annoying as everybody probably thought they were amazing and famous, and everybody loved them. I mean, we just go so far back with everybody, and especially your station.
Yeah, I know. It's really cool.
What were some of the struggles? So like you said, you broke off from stuff, but then you guys started originally being Oggis. When you started to grow your own business and grow your own name, what were some of the struggles for people who are out there trying to start businesses? What advice would you give them in some of the early struggles of trying to grow and then becoming a franchise of your own?
All right. Well, as it turns out, I actually taught franchising at San Diego State for a few years. And the thing about franchising is that you've got to have continuity from one store to the next. So you'll notice probably when you go to McDonald's or you go to Jack in the Box, they're all very similar. In fact, in many cases, they're identical. Certainly the product line, and that's where it has to be, is exactly the same from one store to the next. Okay. And doing that with a number of people sometimes can be a challenge. And so our first challenge as we began adding stores was making sure that everyone made the product the same way. And it started with beer because, when we first started putting the breweries into our franchise stores, we started off with in the Carmel Valley store. And that's a smaller store. And so we had the brewery right there in the middle of the dining room floor. Well, let's say in Carmel Mountain Ranch, where we put another store, we put a brewery in there too. But that brewer wanted to make his California Gold a different way. And that was a problem for us. So at one point, obviously it was, we had to make sure that we had someone in there that would make it our way.
Well, that explains what Estella said earlier, which is that, you guys make the beer in San Clemente and then distribute the beer to all the stores. That answered a question that I already had, which I thought each store made their own beer. And then George, you just crushed that answer because you have to have quality control and consistency across your product. It can't be California Gold at the Rancho Bernardo location is different than the Carmel Valley location.
Well, yeah, and that was what triggered us opening up and centralizing the brewing. Carmel Mountain Ranch still has a brewery, and they do a fantastic job brewing their beer, and they brew a couple of our beers to our recipes and a couple others. But the bulk of them are done out of San Clemente. We had breweries in many of our locations, and throughout the years, it just became a hard business for the franchisees to manage. So they all chose themselves to remove them and turn that space into seating space and revenue generating space, because we did have the central brewing facility. And actually, like you said, my brother runs the brewery. So he makes all the beer, or he manages the beer that goes to all the Oggis, and we do a really good job.
How come, I'm just going to ask, and then we'll start tasting the beers. Why is it that instead of me going into a grocery store and seeing Oggis beers amongst all the other beer brands, why is it that you guys distribute to the restaurants? And then if people are fans of Oggis beers, they walk in with growlers rather than canning beers and distributing them and selling them the way other beer companies do?
Scott, that's a really good question. But early on in our beer career, if you want to call it, we made a decision to dedicate these beers to our stores. So, when a franchisee came to us and opened up an Oggis, we wanted to make sure that he had proprietary products. So just like our pizza is only sold in our stores and not sold in grocery stores, the same thing would be with the beer. Okay. And that's why we created Left Coast Brewing Company as the brewing side of our equation.
Got it.
So that they would make all of the proprietary beers that only went to Oggis, and then they could branch off into the other beers that they wanted to sell in the marketplace.
That's great. I'm so glad we're having this conversation. I love this kind of stuff. I do. I mean, we talk sports all week long: Dodgers, Padres, Lakers, who's returning, who's out, who's hurt. We talk about all kinds of stuff all week long. We all love business. We all love beer. It's Beer Friday. It's presented by Torrey Holistics here on Kaplan and Crew. George and Estella are here, and I love the history lesson of their company, Oggis. And I love hearing about your expansion and, we brand beer over here. We brew beer just for the restaurants. I think it's awesome. So, hey, Estella, what should we drink here on Beer Friday?
So why don't we start with our Oggis California Gold Blonde Ale? We've got 3 beers to try. It's the California Gold, the McGarvey Scottish Ale, and then our very delicious Black Magic Stout. And we're going to do them in that order, lightest to darkest, so that we don't affect our palate. So why don't we start with the Oggis California Gold?
Okay. And George, just so you know, Browner and I here, we are not like heavy beer drinkers. We're like the light beer guys. And
That's
Alex
what I'm here for.
He loves the IPAs and the hazies. But we have gotten ourselves into stouts recently. And we'll give you our honest opinions. I mean, we really will. And because we have 3 different types of palates, different types of beer drinkers. So what are we looking at here, guys, with the Oggis California Gold or Cali Gold?
Oh man, did I pour this bad?
Well, it's a cream ale, and it was our first gold medal winner at the World Beer Cup. And this wasn't World Beer Cup. This one was at the GABF at the Great American Beer Festival.
Yes.
And it was initially brewed. The award-winning brew came out of our Mission Valley store. And it was sent and won a gold medal. And do you remember what year that was, Estella?
It was in 2000. And it's really interesting because we started brewing. I think we started this part of the business in 1995, 1996. We were actually, this is a fun fact, Oggis was the 6th brewery in San Diego. So when you think about the big beer craze and how, you know, San Diego's so famous for all their breweries, we were one of the first and pioneered the brewing industry, really.
This is a great, crushable, clean, crispy, refreshing, and light beer and flavorful. Yeah. Browner, this is my kind of beer. What do you think?
This is very high on the crushable scale. On our 1 to 10 crushable scale, this is definitely in the 8 to 9 area. And crushable, for people who don't know, how many of these can you drink before you get into the trouble zone? You can drink a lot of these before you get into the trouble zone.
Yeah, these are really good. Alex, what do you think about this one?
This is taking a lot of effort for me to not just pour this whole thing and just say, I'm good without the other two, because this is that good. This is very, I think, Scott, every word that you said is how I would describe it. Crisp, clean, smooth, crushable, delicious, delightful. It was I could see why I won a gold medal.
Yeah. So this is the Cali Gold, the Oggis Cali Gold. And by the way, thank you so much, because, you know, the fact that Oggis doesn't can beers and sell beers, you guys gave us the freshest of stuff, man. We really, really appreciate that. This is delicious.
When you start winning awards like that, what does that feel like as a business that is not necessarily new into it, but kind of fresh into that level of beer making?
Well, let me just say something real quick. When we did get this award in 2000, we were not expecting it. Here we had our brewers in there. We had gutted the center of our restaurant, put this brewery in there. We were all just figuring it out. I mean, it was the beginning. And when our brewer came back and told us that he won a gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival for a beer that is a very popular category, we thought, oh my gosh, we really have something here.
Yeah, we really got something.
Wow, this is really cool. This is really going to be a big focus of ours. And it was just shocking. And Dad, why don't you tell the story about when we I don't know if you know this, but we were named champion small brewing company in the world.
And George, I would love for you to do that. And while you do, tell us that story. Let's open up the McGarvey Scottish, because we're about 3 minutes to go here, and I want to make sure we taste all these beers. So George, talk to us. Tell us.
This actually has a story, because our brewer at the time was trying to make an amber ale.
Oh boy!
And this is right in the very beginning. And when he was done, he says, this doesn't taste like my amber ale like it's supposed to taste. And we kept tasting it, and we had other people taste it, and boy, it tastes really like a Scottish ale. So then we had to figure out, where did we make the mistake? And we had to recreate the recipe. Well, we finally did recreate the recipe. And this mistake beer also won a gold medal, only this time at the World Beer Cup. And it's called and we named it after our brewer who made the mistake but figured it out. It's called McGarvey's Scottish Ale.
Wow, McGarvey's Scottish Ale.
Actually, this beer is one of our most decorated beers. We've won 11 medals, national, international, Great American Beer Festival, gold medal at the World Beer Cup. I mean, it's a really good beer. And to think that it was a mistake.
This is interesting, because it's still light to me, but it's got like a sweet chocolatey thing, I think, happening at the very end. Browner, what do you make of this beer?
Listen, sometimes you have mistake kids and they turn out to be great. This is one of them.
Alex?
Scott, that's pretty impressive. You noticed the chocolate flavor, because that's kind of how we describe it.
Alex, what do you think here? Because I really want to get to this last beer. I want to make sure we get to it.
It's so malty, and it's so. Thank you for giving me a very tall can of this, by the way. I appreciate that very much. No, this is what I mean. You don't need me to tell you. You've already been told how good this beer is. You got so many medals and awards off this thing. Shout out to the mistake man, Mr. McGarvey. It's very good.
And hey, guys, we got about a minute to hustle up, but I want to get to this Black Magic Stout. Tell me about the Black Magic Stout, because this is something we're new to, but we're really getting into stouts. Estella, what do we need to know here? Or Dad?
Why do we have a brownie with us?
Yes, well, the Black Magic Stout is one of our most delicious beers. Now, this one is our most highly decorated beer that we carry. We won 16 medals, International Beer Competition, World Beer Cup. I mean, multiple at the World Beer Cup. It's very chocolatey, coffee flavor. And what you want to do is take a bite of the brownie. This is our triple chocolate.
George, like so. Like so.
Now you can get this brownie at Oggis, and it is just delicious and decadent. Okay, take a bite of the brownie, and then have some of the beer.
Can I point to the fact that my brownie is missing a whole sliver?
Oh, dude, mine too. I got it yesterday, and I came home. My daughters had already gotten into it.
Yeah, my fiance took a giant piece. So did you say bite first, then beer, or beer and then bite?
Bite first, then beer.
Bite first, then beer.
Hey, listen, you taste. That's delicious. Browner, you got 10 seconds. You're the stout lover. What do you think?
I'm having a mouth confusion because the brownie was extra bomb because I'm a sugar fiend. The brownie was extra bomb, but this is extra good too. So I got to keep drinking.
All right. Estella and George, hang on for 1 second. For those of you watching on TV, listening on radio, watch on YouTube, more coming up. But wow, Beer Friday presented by Tory Holistics with Oggis. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Catch Kaplan and Crew Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. If you've listened to Scott Kaplan the last 20 years, you know one thing. He likes to stir up some A new generation of radio. The all-new and mightier 1090. Hit it out of the park all month long at BMW San Diego. A new 2021 BMW 430 iQOO waiting for you today when you lease for only $479 per month plus tax. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road in the 163 and BMWSanDiego.com.
The Olympic Games, where the eyes of the world will turn to Tokyo for the greatest show on earth. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Countdown to Tokyo every Tuesday on Your View. You'll get the latest news on preparations for the games, details about the sports involved, and in-depth insights into teams, athletes, and the host city. Don't miss Countdown to Tokyo, Tuesdays on Your View.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Only at Stanton Optical can you get same-day eye exams that test your vision and eye health for under $50. Stop by or call us at 1-800-STANTON. Eye exams are provided by independent eye care doctors.
Hit it out of the park all month long at BMW San Diego. A new 2021 BMW 430 iQOO waiting for you today when you lease for only $479 per month plus tax. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road in the 163 and BMWSanDiego.com.
Kaplan and Crew tonight presents Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, this is Pete Gray with this week's Fish Report and better weather and better fishing. A lot of boats got out yesterday and caught limits of bluefin tuna in the day-and-a-half range, 80 to 100 miles south of Point Loma. Fish are 40 to 200 pounds. During the day, Cold Sniper 100 gram and sinker rigs on a sardine. At night, 250 gram Shimano flatfall jigs were the key. Make sure you're prepared with the heavy line for that bigger fish too. San Diego ventured offshore yesterday, saw some bluefin tuna, didn't catch them, but they did see some yellowtail and catch some on the kelp patties. They're back at the Coronado Islands today, so hopefully all that starts to pick up locally as it should here as the water warms up. And be sure to tune in this weekend to Let's Talk Hookup. We're going to have a couple of great shows for you on the Mightier 1090 and the Let's Talk Hookup app, and we'll see you next week.
Let's Talk Hookup airs on Mightier 1090 Saturday and Sundays, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Rich Eisen here, inviting you to catch my show, The Rich Eisen Show, on our flagship radio station, the Mightier 1090. We're on every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to noon Pacific time. You'll like what you hear. If not, that's just, I guess, too bad.
A new generation of radio. The all-new and Mightier 1090.
The Olympic Games, where the world's best athletes will compete on the most prestigious stage. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Guide to the Games every Tuesday on Your View. The series examines the qualification process, the history of the Games, and the teams and athletes that are expected to shine, plus information about the rules, events, and competitors. Don't miss Guide to the Games, Tuesdays on Your View.
Are you living in an underserved community and facing adversity? Do you have a desire to start or grow your own business? San Diego State University's Lavin Entrepreneurship Center, the Center for Leadership and Entrepreneurial Studies, and community partners invite you to participate in our Community Bootcamp. The bootcamp provides intense, hands-on exposure to the fundamentals of launching and growing a successful venture. Register today at leadershipcentersw.org.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives. Let's take it up a notch with Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost, powered by the Mightier 1090.
We are in the hope business. What we do every day and what we've done for 40 years is to provide kids and families going through critical illnesses hope that tomorrow's going to be a better day. My favorite wish is the next one, because that is the power of our organization, is to bring hope to kids who are going through something right now, and hope can't wait. So people can get involved now by donating resources. They can donate in kind. They can donate their time as volunteers. They can donate dollars, because kids are still getting diagnosed with illnesses that qualify for Make-A-Wish every day. So people can visit us online at sandiego.wish.org. They can visit us and follow us on social media. There are so many ways to get connected, and people can help in many, many different ways. We need your support now more than ever, because illness doesn't take a vacation and it doesn't take a break because of COVID-19.
Welcome to the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank and our 90,000 square foot facility. We feed 350,000 people every single month. Many people ask, how can I help? You can volunteer for the San Diego Food Bank. Just go to sandiegofoodbank.org, register to volunteer. No group is too small, no group is too large, but those volunteers are integral to our success in feeding the community. Another way you can help is by hosting a food drive. Just go online and register your group, your company, or organization. It's that easy. Another great way is through our virtual food drive, where you can literally buy food on our behalf. Lastly, another great way to make an impact is to go online and make a financial contribution to the San Diego or North County Food Bank. On behalf of the San Diego Food Bank, our staff, our volunteers, and the 350,000 people we serve every month, thank you for helping us fight hunger and feed hope in San Diego County.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost is powered by the Mightier 1090. Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
I've been a part of this community for a long time, and giving back is what we do. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. Grand prize is this $4 million luxury home, or you could win a car, vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a prize. And you'll feel good knowing your raffle purchase goes to help families like the Lechugas. Get your tickets now for the San Diego Giving Back Raffle.
Don't worry, Gracie. The curtain only goes up when everyone has a part to play. Whoa, okay, I gotcha. Uh-oh, whoa, watch out for those audio cables. I'm gonna be sick. To the left!
not going out there without Gracie.
Neither am I.
A little help? No pressure.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.